This is exactly what we need. For weeks now, multiple NBA insiders have confirmed that the Knicks are likely going to add TJ Warren with their final roster spot. But the latest reports indicate that TJ may not have that role locked up. The Knicks are also looking at another player for that final roster spot, Chuma Okeke. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, guys, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are on a mission to try to reach 50,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are planning a huge roster decision. I understand the love that people have for TJ Warren. Trust me, it's warranted. He has been balling in the G League. If the Knicks had no other options, I wouldn't mind him being added to this team. But the Knicks do have another option, Chuma Okeke. And recently, reports indicate that the Knicks will be looking at TJ Warren and Chuma Okeke to fill that final roster spot. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us the following information on the Knicks' plans for that final roster spot. According to Bagley, the Knicks, obviously very close to that second apron. They're hard capped at the second apron, but in a couple of days, they will have enough room under that apron to add a veteran. They have that 15 spot open. I've been saying it for a while. TJ Warren is certainly on the radar for that spot. I think you can also add Chuma Okeke as a name on the radar for that spot as well too. Both are candidates for that 15 spot. That signing can happen later this week, and maybe you get a depth piece. If there's an injury, maybe a guy like Warren or Okeke or whoever they sign can come in and help you. Big decision for New York to make later this week. I'm glad New York is looking to add more size with their next move. Whether they go with Chuma or they go with TJ, 6'7", 6'8", that's exactly the player the Knicks need. A wing with size that can score, rebound, and defend. And both of these guys give you a little bit of that. But in my opinion, Chuma Okeke is the player the Knicks need to add. Now, the reason I'm going with Chuma over TJ is for several reasons. Number one, he's a triple-double threat. Number two, he's a little bit younger. He's more athletic, and he does more things that fit this Knicks team right now than TJ does. TJ is a great scorer, and yes, he'll be able to bring that to our team off the bench. But Chuma, he can score as well too, but he can do other things very well. He can rebound very well. He can play make very well. He can play great defense. He's 3-and-D. Tom Thibodeau would love him. I've called him this in the past in a couple of other videos that I dropped. He's basically Josh Hart 2.0 if you have him off the bench. Calling him a walking triple-double is not an understatement. Nearly every time he takes the floor for Westchester, he is putting up those type of numbers. You don't believe me? Look at what he did yesterday for Westchester. He gave them 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Again, walking triple-double. He does it all and then some. You need impact off the bench. You need somebody to do a little bit of everything. Chuma is your guy. Love TJ Warren. Respect his game and respect what he can bring to any team he's added to. But between him and Chuma, Chuma is the ideal player for this team right now. He fits. He does everything that the Knicks need right now, especially defense, especially rebounding, especially playmaking. Coming off the bench, that's what you're getting. Josh Hart 2.0. And then with the starting unit, you still have Josh Hart. Imagine that. Imagine having that double threat available on your roster, because that's exactly what it is. When you're resting Josh Hart, you have Chuma in the game. And when Chuma's not on the floor, you have Josh Hart in the game. You know what that means? It never stops. The hustle plays, they never stop. It always continues. The only difference is what player's in the game. Is it Chuma this time or is it Josh Hart? Because that's the addition the Knicks are going to make. I am so happy that TJ does not have this role locked up because honestly, the way Chuma has been playing for this entire season in the G League and even recently, he needs some consideration. And according to Ian Bagley, he is going to get that consideration. And if the Knicks are serious about making this team better and they're only looking at players that can help this team on a multitude of levels, then Chuma will edge out TJ. He would give it to them off the bench and he would never complain. Play him 10 minutes, play him 5 minutes, play him 15 minutes. Whenever he's out there, he's going to give you the same impact as if he was playing 30 minutes because he understands at the NBA level, any time is good time. And when you have it, you need to thrive in those minutes. He is going to do that if he's given the opportunity and the minutes. If he comes to this Knicks team and Tom Thibodeau will finally expand the rotation, especially for a wing like Chuma, I think everybody wins. Chuma wins, the Knicks win, and more importantly, our bench wins. One of the main reasons you add Chuma is because the Knicks bench is extremely weak. You add Chuma, he does a little bit of everything. Your bench gets that much stronger. You get healthier. You start making changes to your starting lineup, and you move a starter to the bench unit. What does that accomplish? It makes your bench even stronger, makes your second unit even stronger. It all ends with Tom Thibodeau. Once he has a fully healthy Knicks roster, a full roster with all players that are healthy and available, how will he respond? How will he act? Who will be part of that second unit? Are there going to be any changes made to the starting lineup? These are the questions that I have that only Tom Thibodeau can answer. And I know those questions will be answered very, very soon. Mitchell Robinson coming back. And later on this week, the Knicks are going to be making a signing. And hopefully, they're going to announce that they've signed Chuma Okeke to the final roster spot for this team. Because taking away your feelings, your emotions, and no matter how much you love TJ, no matter how much you love Chuma, regardless of any of that, look at each player, their age, what they can offer, and what they do right now effectively, very well. Who's the better addition to this team? Is it TJ or is it Chuma? Obviously, for me, you know I'm ruling with Chuma, and a lot of other people have told me Chuma as well too. But what about you guys? Do you agree with me? Do you think Chuma is the necessary next piece that the Knicks should add to this team? Or do you disagree? Do you think this final roster spot belongs to TJ Warren? Let me know in the comments section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.